Hi, I'm Kelly McBride.
And I'm Ava Wright.
We're with the Madison County Health Department, and we're here to share with you how the census information impacts efforts to improve public health. Census information influences policies and practices that protect the quality of our air, water, and food, and the policies that provide local health education and health services.
The census results will inform how hundreds of billions of dollars in federal funding are allocated to more than 100 programs: Medicaid, Head Start, block grants for community mental health services, and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP.
Your efforts can make a difference in our local community for the next decade. Fill out the 2020 census today.
We've been counted. Have you?
To get counted, take the 2020 census at my2020census.gov.
I'm Randy at Madison County Live. Be sure to watch our weather radar and forecast every morning at 6:30 Monday through Friday. And we'll post weather updates throughout the weekend. Get notified for all of your good news through our Facebook page or YouTube channel. Just search Madison County Live. While you're there, be sure to hit that follow button right under our cover photo and select See Us First so you can get notified when we put up a new post or video. Thank you for supporting Madison County Live and Good News. We produce, promote, and share happy.
Madison County Live is brought to you in part by the Madison County Health Department, protecting, promoting, and improving the health of our community. The all-new Chevy Silverado, now available at Jack Burford Chevrolet and always available at jackburford.com. And by Twine Market and Design on 3rd Street in Richmond. And by kymedia.net, digital media services from top-of-the-line video production to live streaming services. Enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Madison County Live. Colleen, good to see you.
It's wonderful to see you as well, Randy. And folks, we are delighted to see you tonight as well. So Randy, what do we have coming up?
Oh, we have got food service numbers from Scott Anderson. We've got interviews with Joyce Gullet at God's Outreach. Kelly McBride from the Madison County Health Department, she's going to be on. We're going to do a weather forecast, census information, and we have some special ladies from Hogg Therapy that was on Let's Make a Deal.
All that and more coming up.
Absolutely.
Be a great show, folks. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are we going to roll it?
Let's do this.
I'll be right back. I'll roll it.
Okay.
You're watching Madison County Live.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Madison County Live. Hey Colleen, I love your hair.
Randy,
I do.
You're teaming with me, but you're very kind. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know what? We're all doing the best we can.
Yes,
and Randy,
we are.
Your hair looks amazing as well. I really.
What? Say that again. What?
Your hair looks amazing.
Amazing.
I think it looks great. Folks, I don't know if you've noticed, but it looks like Randy lost a scruff.
Yeah.
Time for the scruff to go.
That's what she said.
Right? Going it. She is in Janie, his wife.
Yeah,
Beautiful wife said she was done.
Enough. Shave it off.
Does it feel better now, Randy?
Yeah, and it gets kind of itchy anyway. You know, I can't let it grow too long. I mean, maybe if I was in the woods.
Well, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know why that would affect anything, but I like the way it looks.
Mountain man look, you know.
Matt, you are definitely a mountain man.
Oh.
How has your week been this week, Randy?
Rugged. It's actually been very busy. We have done tons of remote interviews, of course, and I've done a lot of editing special little projects, and of course doing actually a lot of stuff for Jack Burford Chevrolet. We're selling vehicles online like crazy.
That's fantastic. Always a great, all these new ways of doing business.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. And the weather has been fantastic.
It has been nice.
Except, was it Thursday? It rained pretty good, or Friday? Friday it rained. Friday it rained.
We've had rain. We've had some showers.
It's kind of a mix. Speaking of weather, you want me to give the forecast?
Yes, please do.
Absolutely. Tomorrow, April 26th, it's supposed to be a high of 57 and a low of 46, but there's a 96% chance of rain, which I'm no weather person, but I think that's probably pretty good. It's going to rain.
Randy, for your first forecast, I have to tell you, you're starting out with a bang.
Oh, good. With rain.
It's going to be cold and rainy.
I know. But it's going to get warmer before Tuesday. 63 on Monday, Tuesday 73, and then back down to 61 on Wednesday, and Thursday 60. I mean, I think a low of Tuesday is going to be 38. So, still chilly.
Randy, and you don't love those cold temperatures. I know you.
I don't. But you know what? I'm thinking the weather with all this quarantine, I think it knows. So it's kind of quarantining itself too.
Oh, okay.
You ever thought about that?
No, I've thought about many things over the past several years, as all of you have. That's not one that I've thought of. Are we going to see any sunshine, Randy?
Monday.
Monday's Sunshine Day.
I mean, the sun comes up every day, but you just may not see it.
It's one of the many reasons why I am just surprised that you did not become a meteorologist.
Oh, you know what? If I had thought about it, I would have. But science is not my strong suit.
Well, and you're very literal. So I think your reporting is going to continue to be very entertaining. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for doing that. Speaking of reporting, I have some news from the Madison County Food Services Department. Our friend Scott Madison and his team has just, as we say, knocking it out of the park. So here are the numbers for this week. This is the number of meals that were served to the children and families here in Madison County.
Okay.
At breakfast this week, they served 37,555.
Wow, that's a lot.
Lunch, Randy, are you ready for this?
Do it.
54,213 lunches provided for the families here in Madison County. That total, this total is amazing, 91,707.
Wow. That is a lot of meals.
It is a lot of meals, just the amount of coordination, preparation, the number of hours it takes to do that.
Wow, that's incredible.
Madison County Food Services for once again just providing this amazing service here in Madison County. A couple of fun days coming up. As you know, not only are these serving these great meals, but they're also getting creative with it.
Yes.
So have another Donuts Day.
Another Donut Day. Nice.
Another Donut Day on Thursday. And they'll also be doing a Build Your Own Pizza Day.
How are they going to do that?
Well, I don't know. We'll have to find out. I bet Scott will tell us. I bet he will tell us for sure.
Yeah, we should. That would be awesome. That'd be awesome.
Thank you, Madison County Food Services.
Yeah, absolutely. Good work. Good work. Good work, Scott and team.
And team.
Yep.
Team for sure. Speaking of great work, we had another fantastic chat with Kelley McBride.
We did.
From Madison County Department. That entire team is just such a wealth of information, especially.
That is true. That is true.
Ready to hear from Kelley?
Yeah. Can we hit the button?
All right.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Madison County Live. We have our special guest for the week, Kelley McBride with the Madison County Health Department. Kelley, how are you?
I'm doing well today, Randy. How are you guys?
I'm good. Colleen, are you good?
I'm doing very well,
Okay.
Kelley. It's a pleasure to see you. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for always having me on. I appreciate this this platform for which we can share public information. It's very important. Thank you.
Good. Now, if you want to just start into it, Kelley, I know you have some updates from the Madison County Health Department, so we'll just basically let you get started.
I do. Our latest numbers, our latest case count numbers in Madison County is the number's 25, our total number. So we have had an increase of 1 a day for a couple of days, but we're not discouraged by that because there is so much testing. If you are keeping up with Governor Beshear's press conferences, he announced that next week there will be 11 testing sites across the Commonwealth.
Okay.
So I don't want to list those right here
Sure.
now, because by the end of our conversation, some things could have changed. Just want people to know Madison County does not have drive-through testing, but there are 2 or 3 spots that are offering testing. So it's important to check with your primary care physician, or if you don't have a primary care physician, check with the urgent treatment centers. And it is safe to go to the emergency room. If you have an emergency, a medical emergency, it is safe to go to Baptist Health Richmond's emergency department.
Right.
And I'm sure it's the same for other locations as well. But they really wanted us to share that information because we don't want anybody to go without proper medical treatment.
Right. And I know the governor yesterday was stressing that, hey, if you have an emergency, please go to the emergency room.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. So we have, let's see if I can refer to my notes here. Madison County, we have testing in Madison County at the Berea Urgent Treatment Care on Brentwood Street in
Okay.
Berea, and Central Kentucky Urgent Care in Richmond on Keystone Drive.
Okay.
They're providing testing upon request, so you might check with them. Now, White House Clinic and Baptist Health Richmond Urgent Treatment Care still require that their patients be symptomatic and either a healthcare worker, a first responder, or have underlying other health issues to qualify for those testing. So even if you think you might be interested in going to a drive-through site, you need to call ahead.
Sure.
I noticed that the governor said that there were several sites that were already full. They're at capacity for their appointments. And anytime you go to these sites, you need to go through a screening process, and they are online. So check that out before you think you should go. But there's really no good reason for folks to drive a long distance to go to another region in the Commonwealth to be tested. So check with that primary care physician first, and you have to go through the screening processes. So that's really important to remember.
That's great information, Kelley. Now, when you talked about those specific sites, is there a master list that the viewers can go to find that? Is there a place that you'd like them to search that information, or then go to that individual provider?
The best, if you're looking for a listing of those sites, the best place to go would be the kentuckycovid19.ky.gov, and Governor Beshear's websites and social media sites. they are going to be listing those. And as I said, by the end of our conversation today, there could be even more updates.
Sure.
So, some of the sites are specific to Louisville. Some are specific to neighborhoods in Lexington. So it's always best to check that website for any information. Something else I wanted to point out is the wearing of cloth face coverings or masks. We kind of touched on that a little bit last time,
right?
But I think people are taking the recommendation to wear masks, say at the grocery store or other places where you're going to be could be around a lot of people.
Okay.
It doesn't take the place of social distancing, so
Sure.
we still want to continue with that. And that good hand washing hygiene, just as we've said from the very beginning, continue with those good protocols and to slow the spread of COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
And to look out for your fellow man, your fellow citizen.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to take care of those vulnerable populations. Still continue that social distancing. It's very important. So while we're maintaining being healthy at home, we also have to remember to be safe at home. So always remember the safety tips that we've passed along. And the mental health tips that we have shared as well. So we will try to keep you updated with as much information as we possibly can from the health department. And you can always check our website. And we always encourage folks to check out the state's website, the Kentucky COVID-19.ky.gov.
Right. Excellent information.
Kelly, thank you so much for being with us this evening. We appreciate all the work, the hard work the Madison County Health Department is doing. We appreciate you so very much.
Thank you.
All right, Randy, we'll be right back.
I'm Randy at Madison County Live. Be sure to watch our weather radar and forecast every morning at 6:30 Monday through Friday. And we'll post weather updates throughout the weekend. Get notified for all of your good news through our Facebook page or YouTube channel. Just search Madison County Live. While you're there, be sure to hit that follow button right under our cover photo and select See Us First so you can get notified when we put up a new post or video. Thank you for supporting Madison County Live and Good News. We produce, promote, and share happy.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Kelly is always such a wealth of information with the Madison County Health Department. And they know everything down there.
Yes, we are very, very fortunate to have Kelly and such an amazing team. So once again, thank you for your time and for your information. Folks, always refer to the links that we provide, the Madison County Health Department provides. You will find all the information you need there. But once again, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. And also, speaking of being healthy at home and getting out, getting some fresh air, the golf courses are back open, Colleen.
I saw that.
Yes, they're doing the social distancing. Unless you're with family, each person gets a cart.
Okay.
And you pay online. So it's pretty much, golf is one of those few instances where you can remain distant. And sometimes how I play, sometimes I'm really distant from partners.
Is your ball distant as well, Randy?
Yeah, it could be, and maybe 2-3 fairways over.
There you go. Well, thank you for sharing that information. So again, there's a contactless payment system. All of this is online, correct, Randy?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, everything's online, pay online, all that stuff. So you don't have to have any kind of personal interaction.
Very good. And folks, do remember that social distancing, even on golf course, is extremely important.
6+ feet. Right.
That's right. We have that plus. We always include that.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, speaking of, I know you talked about Scott Anderson and his food endeavors. We have somebody else doing a lot of food endeavors. We talked to Joyce Gullet with the Madison County God's Outreach.
That's right. We sure did. So are we ready? We ready
That's
to
right.
roll that, Randy?
Okay. Yes, you push the button this time. Go push it.
Okay.
Let's
Here we are.
see your finger.
It's right here. Randy, we are so happy to be joined by Joyce Gullet with God's Outreach Madison County Food Bank. Joyce, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, and I'm glad you're both doing well.
Thank you.
We are so thrilled. So how are you doing, Joyce? It's always nice to be able to catch up with you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I have no complaints. You know, it's kind of hard to social distance, but at least I'm out 3 days a week helping those in need in the community.
Sure.
That's right. You're doing that, or you're healthy at home. So two wonderful places to be. So Joyce, tell us a little bit about what God's Outreach is providing to our residents right now.
Well, we're still providing the food that people are in need of. Right now, it's amazing how many people are coming in, and we're seeing people that we haven't seen in 4 years sometimes, people coming back. The need has gone up. Probably 10 to 20%. We're seeing, an increase in people. We have changed how we're doing things, however, because of the virus.
Sure.
All of our volunteers are wearing masks and gloves, and we're doing a drive-through service. So none of our clients get out of their cars. They just pull in, and we meet them outside, get their information, have them pull up in front of the building, and we load their groceries. We're asking them to open their trunks and make sure that they're cleaned out before they come. So
Sure.
we don't have to put them inside the car, but in the
Right.
trunk.
In the trunk itself.
So
Okay.
yes. So we're doing that on the safety side and hoping, that we can meet all of the needs there.
Sure. So Joyce, are you providing these services daily, or what is the schedule right now at God's Outreach?
Our schedule is still the same, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 a.m. to noon. And then, of course, our last Monday of the month, which is this coming Monday, is for our seniors only. And that's a huge day for us. There's like 150 people of our senior population that come through on Monday.
Wow.
So it gets to be kind of a crazy, crazy day.
Sure. And Joyce, I know that this is important because of the personal interaction, but you all still need the financial support. Tell us about how people can still continually donate to God's Outreach.
Yes. Right now, because we've had 3 of our fundraisers canceled, we are probably down about $30,000 in what we would normally be taking in this time of year. So people can either go to our website, which is www.godsoutreach.org, and go through PayPal to pay there. Or you can I'm doing a fundraiser right now that's on our Facebook page for nonprofits, and you can go and donate there. It's up until the end of the month. Okay. They can mail in a donation to us to our P.O. Box 1226, Richmond, Kentucky 40476. Okay. So any of those ways. We would prefer the monetary donation at this time for 2 reasons. One is because for every dollar we get, we can purchase $14 worth of food.
Right.
The second is we don't want people going to the grocery stores here in the community and buying the extras when there's not enough there on the shelf for other people who are wanting to get foods. A lot of canned goods, a lot of that stuff, the stores just can't keep up with it. So we don't want to deplete the shelves here in our local stores either.
Sure, sure.
And Joyce, can you say one more time? And I think that sometimes this gets lost. So you said for every dollar that is donated, that you can provide $14 worth of food.
Yes.
Is that correct? That's amazing.
Yes. And that's because we have the buying power to buy food for pennies on the dollar.
Right. Yep. Joyce, you also mentioned some folks that you would like to thank that's been helping out God's Outreach.
Yes. Number one, we'd like to thank all of our volunteers. I mean, they have people in our community. You just can't say enough about them. They are so giving, and we've had people we've never seen before coming in to volunteer. They've driven by while we've had our doors open up front and see us, giving food out through the front of the building.
Sure.
And they'll just stop and say, "Can I come and volunteer?" And we're like, "Sure." And then the other ones is our Sheriff's Department. The Madison County Sheriff's Department has stepped up, and they are delivering food for our shut-ins. Some of the people who they don't have a car to get there, and they can't take the bus right now. And we're so grateful to the Sheriff's Department for stepping up and helping.
Amazing. Okay, so Joyce, tell us one more time for folks to donate, for folks to get involved. Where should they go?
Where should they go? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said, Kelly.
Frozen up. So for folks to donate, for folks to get involved, best place to go. I know your Facebook page has all of this information, and then can they call directly as well?
Yes, they can call 859-623-2220, and I can give them any information that they're in need of. So we appreciate you guys so much for bringing good news into the community and having people so people can stay connected during this time.
Well, thank you for the opportunity, Joyce. What you are doing is amazing, and it's just always a pleasure.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Joyce. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks. And again, thanks to all of our volunteers for doing what they do, because we couldn't do what we do without them.
True.
All right, folks. Thank you. Right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joyce.
Watch Madison County Live premieres on Facebook and YouTube every Saturday evening at 8 o'clock with replays at 8 a.m. and 9 p.m. on Sundays on Facebook. And, of course, always throughout the week on the Madison County Live Facebook page.
Wow. Amazing service that God's Outreach Madison County Food Bank is providing. We appreciate Joyce Gullet and her team so very much.
She's always so good to work with us.
We adore Joyce and her entire team. They are just amazing, and the service that they provide is just doesn't come any better. So here you go.
Hearts as big as gold.
Yeah. Yes.
Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't.
Full of gold. Hearts as big as the sky. I don't know.
Oh, I like that.
I don't know. My metaphors are not on it. I need some more coffee.
I love this. This is great. This is a great moment for me.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it while I can. Speaking of enjoying, I believe that the ladies of Hogg Therapy and Associates
were they fantastic?
Absolutely. A trip to remember. Folks, we have a team that traveled to Los Angeles. This was pre-COVID. Traveled to Los Angeles for a conference.
Yep.
And ended up on a game show. Randy, are we ready to hear from the ladies of Hogg Therapy?
Yes, this is hilarious. They were an enjoyable treat for sure.
Absolutely. All right, let's roll it. Folks, welcome back. We are so excited to have the co-owners of Hogg Therapy and Associates with us tonight. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
And you all were on a game show, I guess, intentional but accident. Who wants to pick up and lay the groundwork for this?
I'll give you a little bit of information about that. So Michelle, Brittany, and I, we were traveling to Los Angeles for a pediatric therapy conference. We have never been to LA. We're just three girls from Kentucky, so big California was, we wanted to do all the fun tourist attractions there. So what we decided to do, we were like, we're going to go fly in a couple days early before conference, and we're going to sightsee and do some shopping and do some tourist things. And what is more California than a game show? So I didn't know exactly how easy it was to get tickets. I was pretty surprised. I started doing some Googling and some researching and found out that Wayne Brady's Let's Make a Deal on CBS was actually airing during that time that we were going to be there. So I went on this website and I put in our information, and it emailed me 3 tickets immediately. I thought it was a scam. I didn't think it was really that easy to get them. They were free. So then we knew we had to dress up just because the show promotes a lot of positivity and good news. So we decided we were going to be the 3 little pigs because our last name is Hogg. So it definitely fit.
Now, who wants to explain your relationship between the 3 of you?
I can do that. So Jennifer and Brittany, who are on one of the screens together, they're sisters, and then they're actually my first cousin. And so they're my cousins, and we all kind of ended up kind of by accident in pediatric therapy. And so then about 6 years ago, we decided, why are we all working for somebody else? We should come together and create Hogg Therapy.
So we showed up to the casting call and we checked in. We knew for our shot to get on the show, we had to have a lot of energy and a lot of fun. We had read some blogs and kind of done a little bit of research about other people who've been on the show. So we came in and we were dancing and screaming and partying it up, and everyone was staring at us. No one was moving. No one was smiling. It was about 8 in the morning. Everyone, people actually started taking pictures of us, and we didn't really know what was going on, but we just kept it going the entire day. We didn't care what other people were doing or not doing, but we actually made a lot of friends in line, and we got them excited. We were giving people high fives and singing songs. And I actually started the wave during the audience, so I think they loved our energy. So that was something really cool that we brought there. So we checked in real quick, and they put you in a holding cell type room for about, seemed 2 hours. I don't know if it was actually long, while they checked everyone in. And they had a green screen where you could take pictures and just talk with one another. So we really got to hear everyone's stories. So that was a really cool part about it. So when other people got their name called on the show, we were like, hey, that was our friend, or we know her. So it was a really cool experience in that regard.
Several of the people that we kind of became friends with were actually got to be contestants too. It's kind of like we kind of migrating towards the people that were also having a lot of fun and bringing a lot of energy. So.
Oh, that's cool. And you said it was 8 o'clock in the morning?
It started early. Yeah, it was pretty much an all-day event that we were not prepared for. I guess other people probably were from LA. They had done the game show, so they had snacks in their purse. And
oh, wow. They were pros.
We didn't know anything, but we had a blast, and we had so much fun. And the really cool thing is, and I'll never forget this, after everyone signs up and you sign your paperwork, you get on a bus and they take you to the studio. I don't know if it's a confidentiality or privacy. They don't want you to know where the studio is.
The same thing.
That's
cool. So we were talking to one another, and we looked at each other and we said, guys, someone on this bus is going to win something big. And I will never forget that conversation, and it's really cool that it happened to be us.
That is fantastic. So tell us about Wayne Brady. I'm a big fan of his from Whose Line Is It Anyway? So what's he like?
Super funny, super witty. I mean, obviously I don't know him personally, but on the show, I mean, he just, if you watched even our episode, I mean, he's just so quick to come up with things and just play off of what you say. So, and from talking to even, some of the people who run the show, seems like a really just like great guy that cares about, giving back and a lot about just being thankful. And, they talk a lot about, whether you win anything or not, having like a grateful mindset and attitude. Because, you know, some people get on there and they might win, you know, a refrigerator and they're 18 and don't care about a refrigerator.
Right.
And so he's kind of like, you know, all of it is something to be thankful for. So I really enjoyed him. Thought he brought a lot of energy and was super fun.
Cool. So Brittany, how did this happen? I'm sorry, Colleen, I talked right over you. What's the storyline? Did you have to pick 1, 2, or 3?
So with the winning?
Yeah.
So well, obviously
tell us about the game. So anyone's just
What's the game set up like?
Anyone's just now tuning in. We're all on. Let's make a deal. So tell us about the game.
Yeah, so let's make a deal. So pretty much there's just random games, and Wayne Brady will just tell you, like, it's either you choose like either a curtain or you choose like an envelope, you choose a box. It's always like a 50-50 shot on like what you could win. And so a lot of people, which we were obviously in the front row, but so they'd be like, take the big box or this envelope, and we would all be screaming like, big box, big box. And then it would end up being a zonk, which means you didn't win anything, and then I would feel really, really guilty that I lost the prize for them. But mainly just because we were really, really loud and we could just scream at them and tell them what to choose, and they went with a lot of our options, opinions.
Nice. That's cool. So how do they pick you from the audience?
You want to talk about it's kind of random. We kind of, when I was doing my research before we went, I read a blog and they said the producers are always watching. You know, they want people on the show that have high energy and they're just energetic. So we kind of knew that going into it. So that's why we were just so crazy the entire 8-hour day, and we were literally exhausted afterwards. So even like when you're in the waiting room, there's people coming up and they're asking you questions like, what would you do if you won? What would you do if you won money? They wanted to see kind of what you would do and how you would react, and maybe what would you do with the money. So that was really cool. And we kind of caught on who was a producer at that time just by some of the questions they were asking. So by the time the show starts, they already have their mind set up, and they just tell Wayne at that time kind of who to pick.
Oh, nice.
For the show.
Okay. So they picked you all out front and said, hey, we've got to choose those girls.
Yeah, so we walked into the studio, and there's a producer there, and she tells you exactly where to sit. So we walked up, and they said, you three right in the front row, and we just kind of looked at each other, and we were like, oh my goodness, if nothing else, we're going to be on TV, and we're going to be silly and dancing, and we'll get a lot of airtime just being on the front row.
Wow. Nice.
Honestly, that was a win for us. I'm just like, this is awesome. Like, if none of us get on the show, like, this is great. It's been a fun experience, and we're on the front row. We're definitely going to be seen on TV, and it's a great day. So it was an added bonus when they called my name up, and an even bigger added bonus when I won my game.
Wow.
Tell us about the game. Tell us about the game, and then tell us something extra special about after you won.
Okay. Yeah. So, like Brittany was saying, most of the games are kind of pick this curtain or pick that curtain. Do you want this envelope? My game was actually a game where I had to run back and forth and actually do something, which was hilarious because I was actually 12 weeks pregnant, and I was like, of course they picked the pregnant girl to do this running game. So my family joked, they said that I'd been preparing for this for years with all the like fun games we do. So there were, 30 keys or something over on a board, and then there was a locked box. And so I think it started with like 15 or 20 seconds, and he gave me $1,500. And he said that it could go towards our clinic. And so I was so happy, and then he said, well, here's the deal. For every $100 that you give me back, I'll give you another second on your clock. And so then I was really torn. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know if I should give it all back and get 15 more seconds. I had already said that I wanted to give that money to our kids. And so we took a little moment to go over to the side, and he let me think about it. And so then I decided that I was going to keep $500 so that we at least brought back some of that to donate to our therapy clinic. And then I gave him $1,000. So it added 10 seconds of time to my clock. I think I ended up with like 35 seconds or something.
Wow.
And then they just said go, and I'm running as fast as I can between the keyboard and the log box. And I'm not kidding. I unlocked that log box with 3 seconds to go.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. There was a little padlock, and when it popped open, I went berserk. It was crazy. It's going to go down as probably one of the most surreal moments of my life.
Wow.
I was jumping up and down. They let Jennifer and Brittany come up on stage. You know, if you see the video, we look ridiculous. We were jumping.
I think at one point I blacked out. 1 minute I was down there. Next minute I'm hugging Wayne Brady. The next minute I was in a car. I was like, I don't even know how I got there. It was crazy.
So that's what's next. So you open the box, and what did that mean? In that moment, what did that mean?
That meant that I won a car.
Wow.
So it was a brand new 2019 Ford Fiesta. It was right there on stage. They're like, there's your car. Go get it. We laid on the car. We were in the car honking the horn.
Wow.
Just wild.
That's
Wild.
Great. So the money, so you have the option of keeping the car or selling the car? How does that work?
Yeah, so the best deal with them is to just go ahead and take the car. And then if you want to sell it or do something else like that, then do that on your own. And so that's the option that we picked. So the car actually got delivered to the front of my house a few weeks ago.
Wow.
The show aired, and then I had to hide this car. So I was kind of like, why did they send the car before the show aired? But that happened. So anyway, what we decided to do, I don't really need another car. It was kind of a team approach getting there. Jennifer set it up. We were there for our therapy company, and we had kind of said, when we were getting on the show, in the long chance that anybody gets on there, we want to give a good portion of the profits back, to help some of our families. And so, especially it's been really cool because this aired right in the middle of COVID. Right. And, we already decided that we wanted to use a lot of the money. I don't personally need a car. Neither of these girls, need a new car. And so we just kind of all decided that we're going to, sell the car. So we're taking bids for the highest bidder that wants to buy the car.
Oh, nice.
And we're going to use all the profits to go back towards, kids who maybe can't afford therapy or can't afford certain therapeutic materials that they might need at home to help them. So we're really excited. It's been a really fun way that we can give back and, help our community anytime, but especially during this specifically harder time.
Right.
Absolutely amazing. It's so generous. So tell us a little bit about Hogg Therapy and what you do and the services that you do provide.
So Michelle and I started Hogg Therapy 6 years ago. Michelle's a pediatric speech therapist, and I'm a pediatric occupational therapist. Brittany joined us 2 years ago when she got out of school, so she's a little bit younger than we are. So we went ahead and started Hogg Therapy. We had no idea that we would ever have any employees. We thought, honestly, it would just be Michelle and I, and we wanted to bring services closer to home. Before we started Hogg Therapy, there was really nowhere in Madison County for kids with special needs or disabilities or kids that may just need a little extra help. They were having to go to Lexington or Winchester to get services, so we knew that it was definitely a need. We graduated from Berea Community in 2004, so I Brittany and I still live in Berea. Michelle lives in Lexington now, but Berea was really special to us, and we knew that this is something that we could provide our services to give back to the community. So we started just opening a very small office, Michelle and I, and then it started to grow, and we really saw how many kids needed our help and our services. So we moved to a second location about 2 years ago, and it was a lot larger. And then we just started, hiring more therapists, and now we have a team of 19.
Wow.
We just opened our Richmond office in September. So a lot of our kids were coming from Richmond, and even though Berea is, fairly close, after school times, that's an extra 35, 45 minutes of travel. So we wanted to be able to provide our services closer to home for some of those kids. So that's why we decided to open. So we do occupational therapy, physical therapy, and speech therapy, and we can see kids 0 to 21. So we see itty little babies, and then we see some older kids as well. And then Michelle's brother, Ed, is a clinical psychologist, and he comes in and does some testing or standardized reports when needed, kind of as an on-call.
So, Brittany, where's your locations and your website and Facebook page, I take it?
Yep. Yeah. So, obviously, we're located in Berea, 752 Richmond Road North. And then we just opened up a clinic in September, kind of like Jennifer was saying, in Richmond. So we're close to, it's on Jason Drive, which is right behind Kid to Kid. Right. And next to the Dairy Queen and Dunkin' Donuts, which is good and bad for everybody.
Now, I do have a question. So, you all still have the costumes?
we do actually. For the airing of the show yesterday, we all put our costumes back on and on a Zoom call with one another, and we were cheering and yelling and screaming. And we didn't tell hardly anyone. Of course, Michelle had to tell her husband, and I leaked it to my husband. But other than that, our parents didn't know, our grandparents didn't know.
No one knew?
So we watched it.
I had to sit in like a 2-hour meeting with a lawyer from Let's Make a Deal where they pretty much told you you'll lose your prize if you tell anyone.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Big secret for 7 months. So when it finally aired and we were able to scream, and my mom and dad were like, I can't believe you didn't tell us. And but it was really cool to be able to see one another, even though we weren't able to physically all get together during this time. We were able to get on a Skype call and see each other with our costumes. So
that's great. Really cool. That's great. Colleen, when we get our studios back up, we'll have to have them on. And then they'll have to come in costume.
Of course. Love that. Yeah, imagine.
We're probably going to frame those costumes.
Of course, they're famous. And I know we were talking a little bit before we were on camera with you guys that you are offering telehealth services now as well. We just talked about the location, but is that something that you are expanding right now?
Yeah, one of y'all want to hit that, or you want to talk about it?
Yeah, so when the governor kind of shut down outpatient clinics during his 5 o'clock announcement, we had about 24 hours to close our doors. And there's so many of our kids that really depend on our therapy services, and we help so many families. We knew that during this time we needed to stay connected to them more now than ever. They really need our support, and we knew that they could do the therapy that we provide. We just had to coach them and train them on that. So that's been the really cool part about teletherapy, that a lot of the times, for kids especially that get weekly therapy, you get into the routine and the flow, and maybe the parent has other kids or they're not there all the time with us. So that's been one positive about teletherapy, is that our therapists are really able to connect with the parents and train and coach them, because we're not there. So there happened to be the therapist during this time. So we fought really hard. Some of our insurances weren't wanting to approve teletherapy. So we jumped on board with that, and we contacted our state boards and some of our legislation for our therapy in our state so we could get those insurances to approve. And we have about 50% of our kids on teletherapy right now. So
wow.
The people who decided not to do it, it was some personal reasons and stuff like that, of course. But it's really cool to be able to provide that for a large percentage of our kids still.
Wow, that's fantastic. I mean, that's really cool.
You know, our therapist jumped on board, like Jennifer said. You know, it was a quick turnaround, and so they've been awesome. We have a great team of therapists that have really, you know, jumped right in, done the hard work to figure out how to make it work, how to make it engaging and fun for our families. We came up with the idea to create these little therapy boxes that had different materials that the kids might use in therapy, just because we don't know what all, you know, some of our families have at home. So all of our therapists pitched in, we created those, and we hand delivered them, left them in mailboxes and on front porches when all this started, so that we at least had, you know, some kind of, you know, base starting ground of knowing what we could work with. And then the second shout out is just to our parents, because we couldn't do teletherapy if they weren't on board. And so, you know, a lot of our parents, like Jennifer said, you know, at least 50% of them have really gotten behind it, you know, are really doing the hard work to coach, you know, their kids on what we're coaching them on and making it work. So it's really been a cool way to see how everybody's worked together to keep helping these kids make progress and reach their goals.
It sounds fantastic. You all are doing a fantastic job.
Thank you. We try our best.
You're doing an amazing job, and what you have done in a very exciting and unexpected way is just amazing, and you are making the difference in lives here, and we appreciate you so very much. So thank you for taking your time to be with us tonight. We can't wait, as Randy says, to join you in the studio someday, I'm sure, with those infamous.
Yes.
Yes, that's great. That's great. And yeah, actually hug. You can hug people.
Yeah, this is very hard for me, ladies. I'm a hugger. This is hard for me. So thank you all.
We'll have to reenact our the winning second there.
Oh, we should. We should do a reenactment, and I can even put you in front of a green screen of the set. And I think that would be great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Jennifer, Michelle, and Brittany.
Yes, thank you so much for having us.
Hogg Therapy Associates, we appreciate it. All right, folks, we'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Richmond Police Chief James Ebert, and I want to tell you why filling out the census form is very important. By filling out the census form, you can help your community thrive. Census numbers can help our community work out public improvement strategies for schools, traffic management, and senior citizens. It can also help during times of need. Did you know that many 911 emergency systems are based upon past census data? And it can help in making government work for you. It's a great way to tell our leaders who we are and what we need. The census helps determine the distribution of billions of dollars for hospitals, highways, and school lunch programs.
Hey everybody, I'm Assistant Fire Chief Richard Tate. The 2020 census numbers will also reduce risk for American businesses, like helping industries reduce financial risk and locate potential markets and help businesses produce the products that you want. And census numbers help yourself and your family by helping you establish proof for age, residence, and information that could help you qualify for a pension, citizenship, or obtain an inheritance.
We've been counted. Have you?
Be sure to fill out the 2020 census today.
Get counted. Take the 2020 census at my2020census.gov.
Was that not the funniest interviews?
It was. We had so much fun. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
sharing it with our viewers, and beyond just a really great story, what an amazing give back that they are providing to the folks at their practices. So again, ladies, just we salute you and thank you.
I think that's the most people we've had on at one time.
It might be, and I wish you could have seen, folks, the behind the scenes on that, because
that took a little work. It took a little work to get that going. So
it did. We had a few difficulties at first, but again, thank you, Hogg Therapy and Associates. Folks online, check out all of their locations, and again, the telehealth option. Another great way to serve their patients and serve our community. Speaking of serving our community, Randy, what is it important to do right now?
Take the census, my2020census.gov. It's that simple. That's right.
It's that simple. Randy, takes, we're saying less than 10 minutes. Honestly, it
doesn't take long.
No, you can breeze right through it. But folks, it is important now more than ever, because the information that they receive directly impacts the funding for your local community.
It does. It does. Remember that. It's easy to do.
So easy. It is.
Census 2020. I mean, it's easy to do. And of course, I'll have the graphic up. Hey, Colleen, thanks for joining us today.
Well, thanks for having me. It's my job.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. And Madison County Live, we got lots of plans. With the downtime, it gives us more time to plan stuff for you all in the future.
Absolutely, we are very excited with some rollouts for sure. So that'll be fun. Randy, I'm always excited. I'm not out and about, but I did see that there was a new billboard this week.
Yes. Did you like that?
I did. You know what? But I really think so. We were placed next to our friend Layla, who's the children's champion.
Exactly.
And her beautiful work, and we were delighted to have her on a few months ago. So
absolutely.
Always interesting to see where we are going to pop up.
That's true. That's true. And also, we want to remind people of the playback times. Okay? You can see it of course, on Saturday night, 8 o'clock live, and then Sunday mornings at 8 o'clock replay, and Sunday evenings, 9 o'clock replay. And then, of course, the premiere showings are on Saturdays and on YouTube.
Correct.
Absolutely.
All the show times. Folks, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to be here with you. All good news. We're going to stay positive. We're going to stay positive through this time. We just want to wish you health and happiness.
And you know what we're going to close this with?
What are we going to close with?
The Cain Pole fishing report.
All right. I love it. Thanks to the Cain Pole.
Yes. Go out there. Go fishing. Go fishing.
That's a whole lot of fun. All right, folks. We'll see you again soon.
All right. Bye, Colleen. Take it easy.
Bye.
Okay. Go back. Take a nap.
No.
Hey, Stuart.
He's not here.
I tried to get you to turn around. Didn't work.
I know. You always do.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Nice. Ricky's going to get
No, I'm not.
That's what I'm talking about. He's not a big one. There you go. Say nice. The weekly Kentucky Fish and Wildlife Fishing Report, brought to you by the Cain Pole in Southern Hills Plaza.
This is Jason Russell with your Eastern District Area Fishing Report. Area trout stockings are still being suspended at this time. Any stockings that do occur will be very limited and will only be posted from our website after they occur. Crappie fishing reports are looking good from area lakes. White crappie from 8 to 12 inches are being caught in the upper end of Dewey Lake. Try using jigs or minnows. Work slow and 2 to 4 feet of water. White bass fishing remains good in the upper ends of our larger reservoirs as the spring spawning runs are still going on. Both Fish Trap and Dewey Lakes offer good spring runs for white bass. Fish Trap also has hybrid striped bass, and you are likely to find a few of those in the spring runs as well. Try fishing small spinners in shallow water below riffles. Bass anglers are having success now as water levels are on the rise. Good fish are being caught on spinnerbaits and crankbaits, worked slowly near shoreline trees. Paintsville, Yatesville, Dewey, and Carr Creek lakes would all be good places to catch quality bass at this time. Catfish anglers are also having good success this spring, especially channel and blue catfish. Both Dewey and Fish Trap have blue catfish. Jug fishing is proving to be very effective using cut shad. And finally, muskie are being caught in a few reservoir tailwaters now. When release schedules permit, try both Dewey and Buckhorn tailwaters for quality muskie. Most Army Corps lakes are beginning to fill up close to summer pool. Fish Trap Lake will remain at about the halfway point for another week or two to allow the Army Corps to make repairs to their hydraulic gates. The Department of Fish and Wildlife encourages all outdoor recreation to be done following social distancing guidelines. Please be sure to follow any directions from federal, state, and local governments. For the latest updates on changes affecting Kentucky Fish and Wildlife, please go online at fw.ky.gov/COVID-19.
Madison County Live is brought to you in part by the Madison County Health Department, protecting, promoting, and improving the health of our community. The all-new Chevy Silverado, now available at Jack Burford Chevrolet and always available at jackburford.com. And by Twine Market and Design on 3rd Street in Richmond. And by kymedia.net. Digital media services from top-of-the-line video production to live streaming services. Thanks for watching the show.
Hi, I'm Kelly McBride.
And I'm Ava Wright.
We're with the Madison County Health Department, and we're here to share with you how the census information impacts efforts to improve public health. Census information influences policies and practices that protect the quality of our air, water, and food, and the policies that provide local health education and health services.
The census results will inform how hundreds of billions of dollars in federal funding are allocated to more than 100 programs: Medicaid, Head Start, block grants for community mental health services, and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP.
Your efforts can make a difference in our local community for the next decade. Fill out the 2020 census today.
We've been counted. Have you?
To get counted, take the 2020 census at my2020census.gov.
I'm Randy at Madison County Live. Be sure to watch our weather radar and forecast every morning at 6:30 Monday through Friday. And we'll post weather updates throughout the weekend. Get notified for all of your good news through our Facebook page or YouTube channel. Just search Madison County Live. While you're there, be sure to hit that follow button right under our cover photo and select See Us First so you can get notified when we put up a new post or video. Thank you for supporting Madison County Live and Good News. We produce, promote, and share happy.
The Madison County Health Department is asking for the public's help to reduce the spread of COVID-19 locally. Some familiar preventative measures that you can take include washing your hands often, avoiding close contact with people who are sick, and staying home if you're sick yourself, covering your cough or sneeze with a tissue, and then throwing the used tissue in the trash. Avoid touching your face and mouth with unwashed hands. Keeping surfaces clean. The trusted sources of information in Kentucky are kycovid19.ky.gov, the Kentucky Hotline, 1-800-722-5725, your local health department, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention website, cdc.gov.
Hey, Colleen, the governor wants us to do a special promo to tell people to keep that 6 foot distancing space. And I'm calling it spatial distancing.
Spatial? Randy, it's social.
Spatial.
Social.
Special.
Special?
Spatial. Spatial.
Really, Randy? It's social.
Spatial.
I think there's one thing that we can agree on.
Okay.
Folks, please keep your distance. Correct, Randy?
6 feet.
6 feet or more.
6 feet or more.
To create that social distance you need to keep your friends and family safe.
Right. Spatial.
Right. Okay. We are doing it, and we know that you will too.
Do it. 6 feet.
6 feet.